weather is officially here and I am definitely not mad about it. Good morning, my beautiful friends. Welcome back to another video. I hope you have been keeping so very well. Today I'm sharing what I eat in a day as a vegan. I've been vegan for almost 8 years now, which is crazy. It feels like that time has absolutely flown. And today I just wanted to share with you some vegan meals that I really enjoy cooking that are also really warming and filling as well. And super delicious, of course. So for breakfast this morning, I am going to make a really simple oatmeal with some apple and some pear. I've never tried this kind of red pear before, but I saw it and thought I would give it a go. It's called a red angel pear. Anyway, I'm going to put these through the oatmeal and then I'm thinking I'll have some like berries and yogurt and stuff on top, and it'll be really like hearty but also have an element of freshness to it as well. All right, let's get into making it. Okay, there are my delicious oats. I topped them with some strawberry oat yogurt as well as some blackberries and a sprinkle of coconut sugar, which I love putting on top of my oats. This looks really, really good. I feel like whenever I get back into making oats, I just end up going through this phase where I have them like most days of the week because they are just so delish, so hearty, and I love adding different flavors to them every time as well. Okay, for lunch today, I am treating myself and Kara, our Reedy, to a yummy nourish bowl kind of salad situation. As you probably know by now, I love just cooking up a bunch of stuff that I really like and putting it into a bowl and calling it a meal, especially for lunch. I especially also really enjoy making nourish bowl salad type things for lunch because they make me feel really good, and I also think that I make them really, really delicious as well. So the first thing we're going to do for this lunch is cut up this pumpkin and roast it with some herbs and spices on it. That is going to kind of be like the hero of our nourish bowl salad situation. And then also I'm going to do some tofu. Not sure what I'm going to do with this yet, but I think I want to make it nice and crispy and flavorful. And then we're going to have some greens, some vegan feta, some sprouts. I might make a sauce. It's going to be really yummy. So to make the pumpkin, I started by cutting the skin off and then cutting it into large cube or rectangle size pieces. Then into a bowl I put some olive oil as well as some onion powder and some garlic powder. I then also added in some dried parsley as well as some salt and some pepper, and then I mix this all together so all of the flavors get soaked up with that oil. Pop my pumpkin into the bowl and then toss it all together so that it all gets nice and well coated, and then I transfer it onto a baking tray and put it into the oven to roast. Whilst it's roasting, I start on my tofu. I cut this into again square or rectangle sized pieces, whatever floats your boat. Into another bowl I put some olive oil and then I toss the tofu in it to get it nice and well coated. Then added in some nutritional yeast as well as some veggie stock powder and some panko breadcrumbs, and I toss this until it's again nice and well coated. These breadcrumbs are going to make this tofu nice and crispy, which we absolutely love, so I put this in the oven to bake as well. Then I also made some crispy kale, so I started by cutting it and washing it and spinning it to get all the water off. Then I added in some olive oil as well as some salt and some pepper, and I used my hands to massage this and get all of that oil and salt and pepper soaked into the kale. Then I put this into my frying pan and I basically fry this up in my frying pan for like 10 minutes until it gets lightly crispy. If you want it crispier, you can put it in the oven. When it came to serving, I put some rocket in these bowls, followed by my fried up kale. Then I added on the roasted pumpkin as well as the roasted crispy tofu, and you'll have these little breadcrumb bits that will fall off, and you want to make sure to add these as well because they are also delicious. Then I drizzled with this mayo sauce that I made as well as some vegan feta, and then I topped it with some sprouts as well because I love sprouts so very much. And there we have my delicious lunch today. I am so excited to get into this. I also am having a kombucha. I'm just a drink girly, love my cacao, love my kombucha, have one of each every single day at this rate, and this flavor is delish. Whilst I eat this delicious lunch, I want to say a big thank you to my friends at Seed for sponsoring today's video. I am so excited to be working with them, and also specifically to be working with them in May, which is Digestive Health Month. You know, I'm a digestive health girly, and over the past few years I have been on a journey of figuring out what foods and what probiotics and things work well for me and for my digestive health as well. There are a couple of veggies that I want to highlight for you today. The first one is rocket, which I have in my lunch, which I know, I'm pretty sure in America you call it arugula. Is it just America? Let me know. And dark green veggies like rocket are a great source of vitamins and minerals, in particular magnesium and folate. Another veggie I wanted to highlight for you today are peas, which I'm going to put peas in the soup that I'm going to make for dinner tonight. And honestly, I eat peas like several times a week. Peas are a really great plant-based source of iron and protein, and as well as that have a lot of other nutritional benefits, as well as being very beneficial to the gut as well. Over the past few years, I've definitely been learning a lot about what I'm putting into my body and how it impacts my digestive health. I'm really noticing the things that don't feel good and the things that do feel good. So there are a lot of foods that feel good, and as well as that, I have also been enjoying taking Seed's DS-01 Daily Symbiotic for over a year now, which I find to be super supportive for my gut health as well. So Seed's DS-01 is a scientifically validated symbiotic. So a symbiotic is a probiotic and a prebiotic in the same capsule. I've honestly found this so good for promoting gut health as well as supporting gut ease, which I have definitely felt to be super important. You can take advantage of Seed's spring seeding event, which gives you 40% off your first order of Seed's DS-01 Daily Symbiotic. To get that, you can use my code DUCKS, and you can follow the link down in the description box. Genuinely love the DS-01. I hope you love it if you try it as well. I am going to continue eating this delish lunch now. I'll catch up with you this Savo. We're gonna make something very delicious. So recently when I was brainstorming some recipes that I want to try and create, something that came up was to make some red velvet cookies with white chocolate chips in them. And I feel like this could be super delicious. I've never had a red velvet cookie before in my life, but I love red velvet cupcakes and I love adding some vegan white chocolate into cookies. So yeah, we could be onto something really delicious here. I really like baking in general, like I find it so calming, and then as well as that, I love baking cookies because I feel like cookies have pretty much always been my specialty, like ever since I got into cooking and baking in the first place. So yeah, I thought today, let's try making the cookies. Let's test the recipe and see how it goes, and hopefully have some successful, delicious cookies at the end of it. Okay, just about to get into baking. I have laid out all of my ingredients. So I've got a cup of plain flour. I've made up 1 flax egg, which is some flax meal mixed with some water. I've also got brown sugar. I think that's half a cup. Yeah, half a cup of brown sugar, 1/3 of a cup of vegan butter, 1/3 of a cup of white sugar, a couple of tablespoons of cocoa powder. I've also got some vanilla, red food dye, baking powder, and salt, and then the vegan white chocolate chips, which you can get these from Coles here in Australia, just so you know. not looking honestly like as good as I expected them to, but that's okay. It's a first try of a recipe. I think I got a little overexcited with the white chocolate chips because as you can see, they're kind of like spilling out the side, and when I was putting them in I was like, this is kind of a lot, but hopefully it'll be okay. Yeah, I think I put too many. This is kind of like the best looking one, but I'm sure they're still going to be delicious. I actually might crack one open now. Let's have a look at the cross section. Oh my god. Ooh, okay. Yeah, so they still look really, really good. I think I just need to do less white chocolate chips next time. I was testing this because I want to make a recipe reel of some red velvet cookies. So this recipe will be up on my Instagram. If not now, it'll be up there soon. My Instagram's linked down below and I share loads of vegan recipes on there if you're ever looking for more. Actually, let's give this cookie a taste. As I expected, the taste is good, but the texture is a little bit off. They're kind of like crispy because all the white chocolate has melted everywhere. But this is actually good news because it means next time if I just add less choc chips, they're gonna be absolutely perfect. So it is time for us to get into making dinner, and I am making a minestrone soup, starting by cutting up some carrot into small pieces. Then I'm also cutting up an onion. I'm dicing the onion, really, is what I should call it. Then also crushing and slicing some garlic into small pieces, as well as the celery. Then with some olive oil into a pot, I put my celery, carrot, garlic and onion, and I fry this up for about 5 minutes. Then from there I add in some tomato paste into the pot, and I continue to fry this up, also adding a little bit of water and then continuing to mix this together. Then I am cutting up the pumpkin and all of the other veggies that I want to add in. With this you can really pick what veggies are in season or veggies that you like. I decided to do some pumpkin, some potato, some zucchini and some green beans. I also then added in some fresh thyme and some diced tomatoes, as well as some water and some veggie stock powder into the pot, followed by those green beans, zucchini, pumpkin and potato, and continued to mix this together before putting the lid on and leaving it to cook. After about 20 minutes, I then added in some frozen green peas as well as some cannellini beans, continued cooking before adding in some pasta. I then cooked this for about a further 15 minutes, and whilst that was happening, I sliced up some baguette and buttered it with some vegan butter before serving it into a lovely soup bowl. Honestly, there is just nothing better than a bowl of soup and some crunchy bread with it, especially as the weather gets a little cooler on the Gold Coast. I'm loving these kind of hearty meals. Like, I am enjoying cooking so much, especially in the evenings lately, and really making just like warming, hearty, filling food. I'm gonna get into eating this soup now. It looks so ridiculously good, and I did have a little taste, and it is also tastes very good. But I wanted to say thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed today's What I Eat in a Day. I will look forward to seeing you next week with another video, and I hope you have a beautiful week. See you soon. Bye.